Good morning and welcome to This Week again with Business Community Support. And as we do every week at this time on Thursday at 9 o'clock, we bring on some great guests and information in regards to our community and activities going on. I am Cheryl O'Hearn with Spin Market Plus Digital, and I'll be your host today. Behind the scenes, of course, we have Jed Burns with Alpha Media, and he will be running the board and all of that for us as well as our normal contributors, as a normal contributor. You can find this live on Main Street Fort Dodge and the Alpha Media YouTube channel, and it will stay live as anything is when we're doing internet and digital marketing, that this information's out there until we take it down. So please feel free to watch this at any time. We have lots of great things to talk about today, and I'd like to first of all bring on our guest, and that is Mr. Terry Cook. And Mr. Cook is the chairperson for Frontier Days. And Frontier Days has been a yearly tradition, the first weekend of June. Since when, Terry? When did we start Frontier Days? Do you remember?
46 years ago.
46 years. So it's one of the longest activity or, continual activities that's been here in Fort Dodge, and a tradition. I remember the Budweiser horses coming and just a variety of things on the parade. And that was the big highlight, always the first to kick off Frontier Days. So we didn't have Frontier Days last year, by no means, not because we didn't want to, but that silly thing called COVID kind of took us by surprise, and we couldn't have our Frontier Days activities out there. But Terry, tell us about what's going to happen this year, and let's get everybody up to date, because so it's 46 years. So this is number 47.
This will be the 46th year. Yeah.
This will be the 46th year. Okay.
Yep. Frontier Days will be happening June 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of June. We've got a fun-filled weekend for everyone. Of course, we will be opening up the gates around 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. At that time, I have lots of entertainment coming in. First of all, I have a lumberjack show coming in. They will be doing shows all 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I have a professor, I can't think of his name, and Annie. They've been here 30 years ago. They were here. They contacted me and said they'd love to come back again. So that's kind of neat to have entertainment that's been here about 30 years ago wanting to come back and entertain for us. They'll be strolling the grounds. They'll be doing their entertainment. Of course, we have Hillbilly Bob. Hillbilly Bob has a 1929 old car with all sorts of signs and memorabilia on it, and he'll be running the whole area. He'll be doing balloons for kids also, so the kids flag him down, get a free balloon from him. And we have a chainsaw artist coming in, Carve Our Way Chainsaw. He's out of Mount Vernon, Iowa. He will be doing chainsaw artwork Friday and Saturday. Saturday evening, probably between 6 and 8, somewhere in there, we will be doing the chainsaw auction. So we'll be auctioning off all of his artwork that he does. So a portion of that money will go back into the Frontier Day account to help put on the event for next year. We also have a couple out of Omaha, Nebraska coming in, Peter and Penelope. They will be doing stilt walking, balloon art, escape artists. They'll do a fire show at the end of each night, and they do tightrope walking and everything. So they are very, very entertaining. They will be strolling the grounds probably all 3 days, all the time. They're scheduled to do a lot of shows, so pretty excited to bring them in. Also, we will have some booths out here to let people know what is actually around Fort Dodge that's happening. I think the Lord's Cupboard will be setting up a booth, so if you ever need food and stuff, we're going to try and have some booths out here to let people know what actually is in Fort Dodge this year. I think Crime Stoppers is probably going to be setting up a booth, and we've got several others that are talking about bringing out and setting up a booth. Of course, Webster County Health, I've been in contact with them to make sure we're doing everything legal and keeping everybody safe, because I don't want nobody to get sick and stuff. We do have quite a few acres out here that we can use. So if you want to wear a mask, you're more than welcome to wear a mask. We are going to have extra hand washing systems set up for people and everything. So we're trying to make it very safe for everybody. We don't want nobody to feel unwanted and stuff. But Webster County Health will also be out here on Saturday. And I'm about 99% sure we've been talking. They are going to do a vaccine clinic out here during Saturday afternoon. So if you haven't had your vaccine and you want to get a vaccine and you're out here enjoying the events that we've got going on, go in and let them give you a shot and get you vaccinated. We're just trying to help it so people can
make it convenient for them.
Yep. And you can come out and enjoy the things and just take a few minutes out and get vaccinated. So pretty excited about doing that. That's really, the health department and I are trying to work this all out and get it all up and running. We got to do a few things to make sure it's sanitary and everything else. So,
cool.
Of course, Saturday morning, 10 o'clock down Central Avenue.
Yeah. If you can pull up the slides, I've got some slides on the parade here for you, Terry. And these are from last year on it. So kind of some slides that show the different things. Of course, you have your fire department and police department that kick it off, which is a tradition. Is that going to happen this year too?
As far as I know, yeah. Also this year, Beta of Iowa will be going down right before the parade. They did that for several years, and they kind of bowed out a few years ago, and we've asked them to go. They'll all have their flags and everything on their motorcycles and head down just a little bit before the parade actually starts. So a lot of people like to see those shiny bikes, and with all the flags and stuff, it kind of makes it feel more like we're getting back to normal, hopefully.
And they're cool. So, and let's talk about our grand marshals this year.
Grand Marshals, Jan and Phyllis Wilson. If you do not know Jan and Phyllis Wilson, they started PICA, which is Pride in Community of Parents. Mm-hmm. They started it, I don't know, 13, 14 years ago, I think it was. They were on our list to be the parade marshals last year. And of course, because of the COVID and not being able to do Frontier Days, we had to, acknowledge them this year. They were pretty shocked when they were found out about this. They winter in the South, and I have their numbers, and I called them and I said, can you guys come out and talk to me? I want to see what we can do to spruce up the fort for Frontier Days. And so they got out, and we started walking around by the flagpoles and by the sign, and just talking about different things. Well, they did not know that I had the messenger and part of the PICA crew in the Opera House. So we finally got almost to the Opera House, and they said, well, I think we've covered everything. I said, well, I think Laura that runs the Opera House wants to talk to you about the planners on the porch. So they finally came, and we opened up the door, and they said, oh, I think we're going into a meeting. I said, no, just go on in. So they stood there like days. They didn't know what to think, and then they did see a lot of their PICA members. And I said, well, there is another reason we have you here. I have to admit that, I do want to get stuff done for the fort to make it look real nice for Frontier Days, but we'd be honored if you would accept being our parade marshals this year. And they both had tears in their eyes, and they were pretty shocked. They said, we don't know what to say. I said, please say yes, because you're the ones that we've picked this year. So.
Well, and they do. Every Tuesday and Thursday, you see them throughout the community doing a variety of it's volunteer too. I mean, they're doing some city projects and that type of thing, but they're not paid. It's all volunteer work, and they're out and about really working. And you can see it. Of course, with RAGBRAI, we're extra busy trying to get ready downtown for the RAGBRAI coming this summer as well. So you couldn't pick a better couple to be your grand marshals for the parade, and that's exciting to see them being honored. Now let's talk about those individual. To have a parade, we have to have floats, and we have to have trucks, and we have to have horses, and we have to have candy being thrown out, and we have to have all those things that we used to do normally before 2020. So tell us about the Roaring 20 theme and the parade.
The Roaring 20s come out about last year was what we were going to use for a theme, but we just carried it over again this year because we're going back to, we've got stuff here at the fort that goes to the 1820s, 1920s, and into the 2020s. So we thought it would be kind of a neat theme. Our parade entry is on Facebook. We do have a Facebook page for it, Frontier Days Parade. If you pull that up, it has the application right on it, and we've also got a Venmo account on it. So you can push a button, have it all filled out, and it goes right to Gina Becker, who is kind of overseeing the parade this year. Mike and Cindy Maroney had been overseeing it for 27 years, and they asked if they could step down. So we were able to find Gina. She's taken us above and beyond. I mean, within 3 hours after we had our meeting with Mike and Cindy, she had everything on Facebook, and the next day she had the application on. She had the Venmo account button, so she's really done a lot. She's getting in applications all the time. If you still want a handwritten application, you can come out to the fort. They'll get you one here at the fort. I'm talking to the messenger. They're going to do a press release saying about the parade, so they'll get it out there, so let everybody know. Of course, it's usually a pretty good sized parade. We will be lining up from 15th Street on Central Avenue all the way to 21st Street. And we'll be using all the streets between 1st Avenue South and 1st Avenue North to line everybody up. 10 o'clock, we will have it proceed right down Central Avenue. We will have a reviewing stand. Mike and Cindy Maroney, who have been the parade marshals, will be in charge of the reviewing stand this year. So pretty excited to have them, so they're not in charge, or they're able to review everything instead of being in charge of it. So we're looking forward to having a fun-filled day. All I tell people is please don't jump out to get the candy. We want everybody to be safe. We don't want nobody getting hurt. So I'm working. Matter of fact, I just got all the parade permits filled out with the city yesterday. Ryan Mill and I have been in contact with each other. We'll have streets blocked off and everything starting about 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll be blocking off streets so we can get ready to line up that parade. So it's a big undertaking. People don't realize that you can't just do it overnight. So
no,
if there's,
not at all.
Yeah, if there's anybody that's willing to help us watch the intersections or anything, feel free to get a hold of me. We need volunteers. We can't put it on alone. That's what I tell people. I'm the chairman, but I can't do it alone. It's Frontier Days, I started working back and trying to get entertainment lined up way back in November because of the COVID. We kind of side off, but in November, after I was in contact with the state and stuff, I started lining things up just in case they said, go ahead and do it. And they did. So we do have a fun-filled weekend, hopefully an enjoyable weekend for everybody. And that's what we're looking for.
Great. Well, and you're right. It does take volunteers. And so, and Terry is volunteering his time and energy. It isn't a paid position either, is it, Terry?
No, it's not. Matter of fact, I had somebody ask me, they said, well, how much does it cost you? And I said, well, I spend a little bit. Of course, I go around looking for sponsors to help put the event on. And of course, it's not just put on by the fort and stuff. There are lots of sponsors that have stepped up to the plate, donated money to put the event on. So when you come to the fort, we're going to have a fence all the way around the Fort Museum, and we'll have banners of everybody and if your banner's on that fence, they help put money in to put this event on. So it's not just the fort or myself, it is the community coming together to put on a fun-filled event.
Yeah, exactly. So anybody that wants to volunteer, please get a hold of Terry, and we'll be talking a little bit more. But this is what you did kind of go on a little bit of information on the Don't Try This at Home show with Penelope and what was the other name on there? I can't remember.
Peter and Penelope.
Peter and Penelope, yeah. So they're going to be, and I think that's an important point to bring up here, Terry, is you're really going for a family event. It's the Roaring Twenties as a theme, but you're going with a family event, and this is, whimsical circus skills, unbelievable escapes, polka dots galore, that type of thing. So it's going to be a lot of fun and juggling. So it's definitely where the entire family can come out and enjoy the outdoors. There's a picture of Penelope. I think she must be doing animal balloon art type of things on there.
I think she will be coming they're going to be coming into town a day or two early. And they want to do balloon art. They want to decorate the opera house with balloons.
Cool.
So she's very excited about doing it. When we told her our theme was the Roaring 20s, they're going to be dressed in Roaring 20 attire all weekend. They're very, very excited about it. And they're fun-filled, very outgoing people. So Laura and I actually met them at the Iowa Fair Association meeting in Des Moines. Laura and I take off for the weekend. We go down to Des Moines to the conference, we'll find out what's going on, listen to the seminars and stuff that are going on, and trying to bring in entertainment that people like. It's a few years ago it got away from us and it kind of turned into a band fest, which we're trying to bring it back to the family orientated event. I will have bands out here. Friday night I will have Tank Anthony, a band out here outside.
It's a popular one. Everybody enjoys Tank.
And I will have him on a stage outside from 8 to 11 on Friday night. Saturday night, we will have Saucy Jack outside on the stage, another very popular band. And then also Saturday night inside the Opera House, we're going to run the Senders. It's a 50s, 60s group, very popular 50s, 60s group. They will be performing your old music inside. So if you're wanting to dance and hoop it up that night, come on out to the Opera House. And of course, the admission is $5 wristband for the whole weekend. If my board wanted to bring it up more, but I said with the COVID and stuff, let's try and keep it at $5, and let's let the families in. So.
Great way to celebrate. So yeah, here's Peter, the Peter and Penelope group, and he's going to be juggling as well. And these are the things that'll be going on all during the event. I think you've got some other things that are going to be happening too. We've got Professor. I don't know that name. Maybe you can help me here, Terry.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. Carrie knows his name,
Okay.
but that's a couple that were here about 30 years ago.
Okay.
They really, really have a good time. When I was trying to line up entertainment for the event, I contacted them because they sent me a flyer, and I talked to them, and then they said, well, we're already booked. Well, about 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, they called me and said, are you filled up for your event? And I said, yeah, we're pretty close. And he says, oh, well, our event canceled, and we'd love to come to Fort Dodge. So we were able to come to terms on, a contract and stuff. And lo and behold, we do have them coming in. So I think it'll be a fun-filled event with them here also. So like I said, we're trying to bring it back to the family-orientated stuff. We're going to have kids games going on. Working on having inflatables here for kids. Buck Skinner camp will be going on.
Yep. And here we actually have a couple of kids dressed up as young Buck Skinners in a photo.
Yeah. So the Buck Skinner camp, we're working diligently to get quite a few of them here. I'm not sure how many we'll have, but we are working on that as we speak.
Great.
A is the one kind of overseeing that. Which is very nice. Her and I are kind of working together to try and get people in. Of course, we'll have fun-filled food out here. Kendall Pliner will have his popcorn wagon out here. We'll have a taco lady out here. We'll have I'm not sure if he's going to do barbecue or fried shrimp. or boiled shrimp for the weekend. Another gentleman coming, Annette McKay, will be running the funnel cake booth. So we're going to have funnel cakes, and that helps.
Frontier tradition, the funnel cakes.
Yep. So we have lots of different foods coming in. So let the vendors know that you appreciate them coming and helping us celebrate. Also, Saturday afternoon, we have a arm wrestling competition going on inside the Opera House. That's the only event that you'll have to pay for. So if you want to get into that, that does cost a little bit. I think it's $10.
Yes.
There are some awards going out for it, T-shirts and everything else. It's kind of neat. The lady that is doing it does it down at the state fair, so it should be interesting to see something like that going on. Also, Saturday afternoon for the kids in the Opera House parking lot, we'll have a kids pedal tractor pull. Kids pedal tractor pull is state sanctioned, so if you win here, you'll get a trophy or a ribbon or something, and then you are qualified to go to the state for the state competition. So no charge for it. So we're bringing it in. They'll be here setting up early Saturday morning, getting it all ready for the kids. So a lot of different things for the family. Grandma and grandpas and mom and dads want to see their kids partake in stuff, and hopefully they win. So we're bringing in stuff so they can have fun and enjoy themselves for the weekend. So
great. Lot of great things going on. So tell us, Terry, where can we find out where all these great things are going on? Because you're going to constantly be updating us. We're a month out from the big event, and we need to stay up to date on what's going on. So tell us how we can do that.
We're 28 days out.
28. So do you have a ticker?
Not that I'm counting.
You don't have the seconds or anything on a ticker count working?
Not yet. So.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll have to get you one.
We'll be doing Facebook updates, and the messenger and I are working together. We're going to start putting some press releases and stuff in the messenger quite a bit. I am working with the Consumer News. There'll be a big booklet coming out saying what's going on at the fort. We're trying to get the word out. I've got ads going on the radio station, so we are working. Alpha Media is a wonderful partner to help us get the advertising words out. So they've been great to us. I went in and talked to Jed, and he says, "Hey, I want to get the word out. Let me help you." So very, very nice. So we're going to have Facebook page. We're going to have social media. We'll be putting it in the paper. We'll be putting it on the radio. So, and if you got questions, all you have to do is call the fort or call me or message me. I mean, I have the candy store, so if you ever got questions and you want to know, stop down and see me. I'm open and I'm ready to give answers. Hopefully I can give you the right answers.
Go and eat sea salt caramels and get answers all at the same time, right?
Sure.
Sure. Yes. Why not? Cool. All right. Well, and let's bring Carrie on here, because Carrie, of course, is our executive director with the Fort Dodge Convention and Visitors Bureau. And somehow, Carrie, I think you might have something to do or help with this type of an event.
Well, we like to get the word out of the event. And I believe the way you pronounce that gentleman's name was Professor Farquhar. I won't swear to it because it's been many, many years since I've said it, but I believe that is how it was pronounced.
Well, thank you very much, because I was not even going to attempt it because I didn't know what would come out.
Absolutely. So, yeah, we try to get out as much information as we can on these special events. We're very, very grateful that the events are coming back online. This week is National Travel and Tourism Week. And so we're celebrating all of our attractions, our businesses, our events, because we saw what happens when we lose them last year. Our community was lucky. We still had a lot of our sporting events, but our entertainment events were pretty much gone for most of the year. So we're excited to have 2021 coming in and Frontier Days kind of kicking out the festival season for us. And we're grateful to be in the position that we are.
So I'm aware that some of the information that Terry has is also on the Convention and Visitors Bureau's website as well.
Yep. We've got under our event calendar, we do have some of the information, the date and such. Mm-hmm.
And along with other things that they can do when they travel to here that weekend, especially, and find other things to do in the community.
Absolutely. I actually just 2 days ago received a call from a couple who's coming in for Frontier Days. So people do travel in, and again, because it is the beginning of the festival season, and people are ready to get out there and travel. So we're hoping that you see some really great attendance, Terry.
Yep, on there. And I think that's a good point you have too, Carrie. I think some people took some of these activities for granted until last year, and now they're going, wow, I didn't go last year because I thought, okay, it'll be here next year, or I got busy or whatever, and now they really want to get out and they want to try some different things. So I'm really, as long as the weather's good, Terry, I'm sure you're going to have a great crowd out there. But Carrie, you were talking to us just a little bit before our pre-show, and you've got some information on the historic Fort Dodge Association and somebody that's passing through on a unique piece of equipment.
Absolutely. So today Fort Dodge is going to be hosting the Historic Route 20 Association Director, Brian Farr, and he's coming through the community with a gentleman named Alex Simon. Alex is riding the entire route of Historic Route 20. That starts in Boston, Massachusetts, and ends in Newport, Oregon. That's 3,365 miles, and he's riding it on a scooter. So Brian and Alex will be east of town all day. They'll stay here in Fort Dodge tonight, and then tomorrow you'll see them west of town on Historic Route 20.
Wow. Well, and I thought you brought up a good point with that. I bet a lot of people don't realize that 20 starts in Boston and goes all the way across. And that's why it was such a big deal for us to get 20 completely 4-lane through and to grow that highway out there.
Right. So he actually won't be on the 4-lane, his route.
The old one.
He'll be on the old route. So the old Highway 20 route is the longest continuous route in the United States. And so that's why that association has developed and is working hard to promote the different communities along the route. The association is actually really trying to encourage people. While we love the 4-lane Highway 20, and it's an amazing opportunity for us, we also are encouraging people that want to be more of a road tripper or who want to go explore the communities along the route to take the slower route and go in and see what's unique about the communities along it and enjoy the restaurants and the stores and the attractions.
Yeah, exactly. And it sounds like we're going to have a great summer for us to do that as well and enjoy the weather. Well, Terry, anything else that we need to tell everybody about for Frontier Days? I don't want to leave a single piece of information out. So please help me. Anything else that we need to talk about?
One thing that we're really pushing on is Friday night, we're going to have an opening ceremony at 5 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, I'm going to ask all my entertainment to shut down. So I'm hoping everybody will go to the flagpoles at the front of the entrance of the Fort Museum. We will have flags being brought in. Mike Maroney is helping organize this opening ceremony. So we're going to have the flags being brought in, kind of giving us the kickoff of Frontier Days. Then we've got a pastor going to be coming in saying a prayer for Frontier Days. At that time, then we will also be presenting Mike and Cindy Maroney with a little award for being the parade marshals for so many years and sticking with it. They've done a very, very good job. At that time, we will also announce the parade marshals, Dan and Phyllis Wilson. And then we're going to do a special thank you to the doctors and nurses that have been on the front line through this whole pandemic. We want to honor them for what they've done for us the last 15 months. I don't think I could have done what they've done. So we want to just honor them. Carrie Prescott and them are working with me. We might have a couple doctors or nurses or something talk, maybe somebody that's had COVID. So it may be a tearful ceremony, but I think people really enjoy that we're trying to get back to our frontline workers.
Great.
Like I said, they've done a lot for us, so I think we need to recognize it.
Excellent. Well, great. Anything else, Carrie, that we need to, that's coming up after Frontier Days that we want to make sure? RAGBRAI, of course, that's July 26th. Am I right? I'm looking at
That's correct, July 26th. One of the things with RAGBRAI this year is in the past, riders, the communities have matched riders with local homes, people who are willing to host these folks. This year, RAGBRAI is not doing that because of the pandemic, but there is an opportunity if you as a local resident would like to host a RAGBRAI team or a couple individuals or whatever, there is a RAGBRAI Facebook page for housing. And so you have to connect directly with those teams and those individual riders yourself as a resident. But it is available if you are in a position that you would like to host them. So we'll encourage that. Yeah, that RAGBRAI committees are working really, really hard. Great group of individuals who are putting that together, and we're marching our way till July 26th. But there is some other special events that are coming up. So Celebration is back in 2021, July 2nd. They'll be bringing Cheap Trick and 38 Special to town. So if you would like to see that concert, please get your tickets. Because that's always a really great show over at Harlan Rogers Sports Complex. In addition to that, we've got a couple newer events on July 2nd. Dungeons and Dodgers is bringing in Dominic Pace, and he was from an actor on The Mandalorian. I'm afraid I'm not real familiar with that movie as well as I should be, but he is an actor, and he will be at Dodgers and Dungeons talking to folks on July 2nd. And then the last event I'll mention is July 24th. There is a QuadCon. And what a QuadCon is a comic book and a toy show that will be held for one day at Fort Frenzy. So some new things going on as well as some of our traditional events that we love and appreciate every year.
Oh, great. Well, I know there's, when you talked about Celebration, we've had a lot of clients call because there's always their sponsors and they want there's information on the big screen. So they're looking for graphic design work so that we can make them shine on the big screen this year for Celebration. So that'll be cool. And lots of other activities going on in the downtown area. I know, unfortunately, Chris Patrick, our executive director with Main Street that's normally on with us every week, is actually working on some state stuff today. So she was unable to be on, but the PICA group has been busy downtown getting ready for RAGBRAI and looking, sprucing everything up. The committees, the stores, the businesses, everybody's getting geared up, not only for RAGBRAI, that one event, but for things for the entire summertime. And we're just all excited for sunshine. I know I called and asked when my planners are going to show up because the staff here is going, when are we going to have our planners back, Cheryl? And they assured me that probably this weekend it's supposed to be warm enough going forward that we'll get our flowers out and make our front of our store look great as well. So it's exciting, sunshine, and that being able to get out and about and see other people is going to make everybody feel much better after a difficult few months. And
yeah, Pike is a wonderful organization, and Jan and Phyllis do a great job of leading that organization. But not only are they making our community better for visitors and more attractive to visitors, they're giving us something to be proud of as residents. And so I'm so grateful for the work that they do because, again, it's so important for our visitors to see an attractive community and enjoy the community, but it's just as important for our residents to enjoy that.
Yeah, exactly. It does. When I drive in and come in and see the trees are coming out and the flowers are blooming and all the plantings are starting to come, it's just really fun to drive down the street and see that stuff. It's very welcoming. So we're looking forward to it. All right. Well, if you guys want to hang on, you can. I've got a couple things to talk about. Unfortunately, Kimberly and Darcy with SBA could not be on again today because they're with clients, but they do have some information that I need to pass on. And that is in regards to PPP funds. And here is the statement that has come out from SBA. It's official. After more than a year of operation and serving more than 8 million small businesses, funding for the bipartisan Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, has been exhausted. The SBA will continue funding outstanding approved PPP applications, but new qualifying applications will only be funded through community financial institutes, financial lenders who serve underserved communities. The SBA is committed to delivering economic aid through many COVID relief programs it is currently administrating and beyond. So the PPP program has run out of funds. So anybody that has not submitted that information or requesting it, I'm sorry, you're probably not going to be able to get anything. Although there is some good news, the Restaurant Revitalization Fund application is now live. It went live on Monday, and anybody looking to apply for that should do so as soon as possible. Carrie, Mimi, in that area, you probably worked with some of those area or restaurants and that type of thing in regards to that, or any words of wisdom that we can put on there?
I really don't have a whole lot of words of wisdom, just so to speak. Obviously, as these events keep coming back online, that's an opportunity for our restaurants to attract those folks and to bring them to their establishments. So now is the time that you want to have your information out there and start talking about yourself, because that's how you're going to get the new people coming to town.
Yeah, exactly. Make sure that you're seen online, because that's how they're going to be looking for you. So the Restaurant Revitalization Fund, of course, is funding as well. So you can go and apply for that and get ready for additional people coming in. If funding, if your financial resources have been strained, which we all know, if you're a restaurant or any of those tourism type of places, that is definitely something that's happened. That funding is available, and again, there's only limited dollars, so please don't hesitate. Contact the SBA if you need help on that one, and you can go online on the SBA website to get more information on that as well. So those are a couple things. Again, I know we have several clients that are restaurants, and we've been working on new menus and updates on their websites and QR codes. QR codes are really popular now, so that you don't have to worry about handing out papers and that type of thing. And we're doing a lot of QR codes for clients as well on a variety of things. So another way to go online and learn more. If you're coming downtown during Frontier Days or RAGBRAI, of course, the Main Street Fort Dodge does have an interactive map that you are able to find out all the businesses in the community downtown in that 33 block area of the historic downtown district. So again, Carrie brought up a good point. Get your information online and make sure that you are found, and make sure that anybody that's looking for your products, services, wants to sit down and have a drink or go to a restaurant and eat, or go out and see Terry and the group out of the Frontier Days, as well as the Fort, because you're going to be open through October, actually, aren't you, Terry?
Yes, we are. We opened up last Saturday and had a pretty good weekend. So yeah, if you want to come out and see the fort, if you got a group of people that wants to come out and have a tour, we're giving tours also. Just notify the fort and let us know. We'll be happy to show you around, let you see a lot of the artifacts that we do have in here. So
sure.
But yeah, come on out June 4th, 5th, and 6th for Frontier Days. We've got a fun-filled weekend. Family oriented, so we want everybody to have a lot of fun.
Great. So yeah, Just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that the Ford is open all year long and not just for Frontier Days, so that you can go out there anytime as well. All right. Well, thank you guys for
May
joining us.
may I have one more thing?
Yeah.
This would be a good time for businesses, whether you're a retail business or a restaurant, to check out on your online information. Is it accurate? Are your hours correct? You know, as these new people are coming into town, you know, they don't know they're never open on Wednesday, or oh, they just opened on Wednesday. So make sure that your online information is updated and correct, so that you can serve some of these folks.
Exactly. And the first line to do that is go to Google My Business page. That is the first one. When they're going to search for restaurants or anything like that, Google My Business page will come up, and you need to make sure all your information is correct on there. And then if you're going to your website or your Facebook page, all that information should be correct as well, because they do. If they want to know what time you're open, they want to see your menus, they want to see that information, and make sure it's up to date, so that you get those customers in. Exactly. And of course, make sure that any events that you have, you get in touch with Carrie with the Fort Dodge Convention and Visitors Bureau to put it on your calendar, and make sure that everybody knows that we all work together to have a great 2021.
Yeah, there is another opportunity. If you're an event organizer, the traveliowa.com, it's the state tourism office. It has an online event submission at no cost. So if your event is going to attract visitors or people traveling to town, really consider submitting that information to Travel Iowa. Also, Travel Iowa has the opportunity that you can submit your retail businesses, restaurants, hotels, attractions. All of that information could be submitted, again, free, online at traveliowa.com. So businesses, if you're looking for more people to come in, take advantage of some of those tools.
And it only takes a few minutes to do it. And every year or two, you'll get notified again from the Iowa Tourism that you need to go in and update your information on it. So, I mean, it's once you put it in, it's there until you want to take it out. Again, it's online, and that's how people are searching for you. So that's a great suggestion for them, Carrie. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, you have to update your information on traveliowa.com every 18 months, or they can drop you. But yes, definitely take advantage of it. And on the other opportunity is traveliowa.com promotes on social media and other avenues. If they have your information on there, you may find yourself in one of their specialized lists or one of their promotions. If you're not on there, you're missing the boat. So definitely take advantage of that.
Right, because the Iowa Tourism doesn't know about you either, and if you're not posting your stuff on theirs as well. They're the resource for us to go to, but they're not necessarily going out and looking online to put your information out there. They're asking you as a business owner or organization to make sure you're putting that out there for them. So great. Thank you so much. That's another great piece of information that we have. Well, guys, I thank you very much for joining us. And we're going to talk about what we've got going next week. Next week, we are going to be having the Master Conservationist Program that'll be here in Hamilton, Webster, and Pocahontas and Humboldt County. Conservation has been a big topic as we work on improving, as we talked about today with Pica and that. All of these things go together. So that's a program that'll be starting May 18th, and we will have people with the ISU Extension and Outreach County Office talking to us on that program and how you can become involved. So again, a great program coming next week, and we'll be back here at 9 a.m. on Thursday. That will be the 13th of May. It's hard for me to believe that it's already mid-May next week, but that's the calendar. I'm looking at it right now. 13th at 9 a.m. We'll have that. As usual, the team that puts this program together every week is Alpha Media with Jed Burns, the market manager, Kimberly and Darcy with the Small Business Development Center, Chris Patrick as the Executive Director with Main Street Fort Dodge, and I am Cheryl O'Hearn, CEO and Digital Marketing Specialist with Spin Market Plus Digital. Thank you so much. This will stay live on the Fort Dodge Main Street Facebook page, as well as the Alpha Media YouTube page. And we will, as I said, be back here again May 13th at 9 a.m. for another program to provide information for our community. If you as a business would ever, or organization would ever like to have some information out there, please contact us, because we're scheduling several weeks out in advance, and we'll be happy to have a discussion and see if we can get you on our program. All right. Thank you, Terry. Thank you for your volunteering big program, big event, and our 46th annual Frontier Days Parade and event. Thank you so much. And Carrie, as usual, thank you so much for you do for the community and the tourism and convention industry for Fort Dodge and our area. Again, thank you, and have a beautiful Thursday, May 6th day. Take care.
Thank you.
Good luck, Terry.